Hello and welcome to the Pro Tour Kyoto Championship match. I'm Randy Buehler. I'm here with Brian David Marshall, and we are thrilled to be bringing you this battle between Gabriel Nassif, one of the all-time greats in the history of Magic, and Luis Scott Vargas, arguably the best player in the game right now. LSV has been on fire, rattling off 18-game winning streaks, looking to win his second Pro Tour in the last 6 months. Gabriel Nassif is in top 8, number 9, looking for his second win as well. One of these guys joins the rank of 2-time Pro Tour champions. Both of them, in their own separate ways, are chasing Kai. Nassif has tied him for the second most top 8s of all time, and LSV is putting together a 6-month run that only Kai has ever come close to.
Something you feel like you see once every
decade, maybe?
Every 15 years.
All right. The first spell of the game is a Kitchen Finks from Luis Scott Vargas on turn 3. LSV is playing a black-white tokens deck. The idea is to spit out a bunch of token creatures and then enhance them using Glorious Anthem and using a Johnny Goldmane. On the other side of the table, Gabriel Nassif is playing 5-color control. His mission is to survive, build up lands, draw some extra cards, and in the late game he has devastatingly powerful spells like Cruel Ultimatum and Broodmate Dragon that he can use to really pull away and win the game in the long run. So, kind of a classic control versus aggro. LSV is definitely the beatdown, if you will. Not the fastest deck in the format, but definitely the aggressor in this matchup.
Cards. Attacking the Kitchen Finks and Mutavault right now. I think Nassif is considering whether or not he wants to Stone Rain.
I think he does have, in fact, Volcanic Fallout in his hand, shuffled to the top of it. That card has been crucial. That Conflux card came out in the most recent set and really threw this metagame around. Gave a lot of decks the ability to fight the Fairy deck, which has been the boogeyman for the last year or so. 5-color control has proven to be the best place for Volcanic Fallout. Nassif declines, decides to take the damage rather than kill the Mutavault, and he does it end of turn. Pretty smart. 4 damage is not really going to decide the game here, but if he can catch another creature there, would have been very happy to trade his Fallout for more.
Go.
All right, 5th land from Gabriel Nassif.
Ramping his way right up to a Broodmate Dragon.
11.
So who's advantaged in this match, do you think?
I feel like Nassif is advantaged.
Okay.
But you have 2 players. Again, I don't think that the edge is so significant that him losing would be an upset.
Interesting. He broke an ambition to the Kitchen Finks. Tide Hollow Scholar on top for LSV, chooses to leave it there. And Nassif does in fact have 6 mana and a Broodmate Dragon. Does LSV get a grip full of terrors? Is that what I just saw?
That's what it looked like.
And the token for the Broodmate is just red.
It is.
So it can be terrored, although the other side cannot.
Handful of Game 1 cards for LSV.
Sure. Yeah, this is not a very fast start for Luis. Nassif does in fact tap out for Broodmate Dragon. Pair of 4/4 flyers. He knows about this Tide Hollow Sculler, but this still seemed like the right play. And Tide Hollow Sculler reveals Plume Veil, Cryptic Command, and a land. He says, all right, enough.
Shoot 2.
I'll just
Are you
take
at
them
20
both.
or did I
I'm
miss
at 20.
Your turn.
And Nassif needs help, right? He does not, in fact, win this race. If he were to crack for 8, well, he might think that he does, right? He's looking, crack for 8, then he falls to 5. No, yeah, the race favors LSV.
He's not going to attack with his...
Even before the terror.
He's not going to attack
Nassif wisely attacks with the one that can be terrored, so he's got a 4/4 blocker, but that dragon is forced to play defense the way the life totals work out. Off the top, LSV draws a Johnny Goldmane. Oh, Nassif top deck Broken Ambitions.
Oh.
And sees Volcanic Haul out. Wow. Look at the grimace from LSV. Shakes his head. That's game. That's... Yeah, Gabriel Nassif is just giggling. He's caught some breaks.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, that kills both the Scullers, gets the Cryptic Command and the Plume Veil back in his hand. This game's over.
Yeah, he was also going to be able to, the Johnny Goldmane would reset his persist on his...
Oh, right.
On his Kitchen Finks. It was going to, yeah.
Wow, what a top deck. This has been the weekend for top decks for Gabriel Nassif. This game's over, right? I mean, there's...
Yeah.
Keep me yours.
Yeah, swing with both. I mean, LSV's just going through the motions, but this game is over. Fallout, and he's still got Cryptic Command mana left. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, LSV scoops them up. Wow, what a top deck. It's funny, this is exactly the way Mateo Orsini-Jones match played out in the quarterfinals, right? LSV comes out, I got some pressure and some disruption, right? Tide Hollis Color. The black-white tokens game plan here is disrupt the hell out of your hand, force you to play off the top of your deck, and now I got to cross my fingers and hope I can kill you before the top of your deck delivers up some super powerful spell.
Right.
Well, didn't work out. It worked out for LSV about as well as it worked out for Orsini-Jones in Game 5, right? Nassif is empty-handed, drawing off the top, but, oh, there's the Broken Ambitions he needed to stop a Johnny, and then, oh, there's the Volcanic Fallout he needs to just ice the game completely.
And you get to see it coming.
Yeah. Wow. So, Gabriel Nassif up 1-0. Best 3 out of 5, so LSV... still has one loss left to give, but edge clearly to Nassif at this point. I think that he has the deck matchup advantage. We looked actually over the course of the weekend, how many times has 5-color control get paired against black-white tokens? And the answer was 7 times over the course of the tournaments, 4 to 2 to 1 in favor of 5-color control.
And you have to imagine that when Nassif is piloting, those numbers go up.
Nassif did not get paired against black-white tokens over the course of the weekend. LSV is one of the 2 wins for the tokens deck. So he was 1-0 against 5-color control. He played against Jan Massacard in it was a feature match pretty late, as LSV was clinching top 8.
How did LSV attack the post-sideboard games, do you know?
I don't remember.
I feel like there was a head games involved.
There was. You're exactly right. It's all coming back to me now. Massacard was defeated, in fact, because he tapped out for Muldrifter, and Luis said, head games you. And a handful of 7 cards turned into a handful of 7 Vivid Lands.
I remember hearing a little foreigner in my head.
I mean, in fact, Massacard conceded rather than let LSV look through his deck and see his exact list. So yeah, maybe Luis has the win because he's got a better sideboard plan. I don't know how popular head games in fact was in the other black-white tokens deck. Like, did Mateo have them?
I don't believe he did.
I don't think he did either. I think that is
he did not.
Special LSV technology, and seems good. Nassif's got Scepter of Fuge. Is he bringing that in?
No, I think that's
his sideboard.
On his board, yeah.
That's what he was eyeing. Steve's still trying to figure out how to sideboard. Yeah, both of these players really chasing Kai. I mean, I've heard Kai's name has been brought up while talking about both of them all weekend long. I mean, the run that LSV is on has definitely evoked the whispers of Kai.
Sure.
Not quite time for anybody to eat their hat yet. I think LSV has to, win this one and then follow it up in Honolulu.
There's time for hat eating in Honolulu.
Honolulu, yeah. But he's got to win this match first.
Well, LSV has something that Gabriel Nassif does not.
An individual Pro Tour win?
Absolutely. That is.
Yeah, Nassif, for all his greatness, his win was in teams and a bunch of top 8s. A couple of missed opportunities for him. I mean, he definitely beats himself up. He's very much a perfectionist where, he's made some plays over the years that he wishes he could take back and do a little bit differently. It's,
right. Didn't you actually hear him say that if he
Yeah, I was watching. Mark Eberholz were having a conversation in the Swiss where he had thrown a match away because he just missed an onboard trick, didn't realize that his opponent could activate Dreadwing twice, attacked with his flyer, and then just dies to 7 damage. It's like, oh, you can activate that twice? So, he's talking to Heezy, and the crazy part to me is that Heezy clearly had the pep talk rehearsed. It's like, it's not the first time he's been talking to Gabe. You're amazing. You're so good at the complicated parts of the game, and you're not some of the easy parts of the game you struggle with sometimes, but that's a hell of a lot better than having it the other way around.
Or a sure command.
Right. When Nassif's beating himself up, he's like, I could have 15 top 8s. Why do I make these plays?
It's just shocking to hear him.
Right, he's such a humble guy. I mean, it means the real number's probably like 20.
It's pretty much your own mistake, though.
Yeah, that's what you said.
We're hearing a little bit about
Pretty much our
something.
deck from Worlds. 4 cards different.
Really? Still no more fitters. Maybe swears it's like the next fitter.
I like Finks. Finks is good and you have a bad draw. Serves out pretty well.
Sounds like
And
Luis
Finks is
brought
pretty
in
healthy.
the head games and 1 burn from
Giving away
Forge
all the
Tender
tags.
I mean, I had it last time.
and possibly Path Exile. I couldn't quite get that.
Pretty sure you can figure it out when I cast a Johnny and take a counter off the Finks.
No, he did not bring in Path Exile. So he brought 1 burn from Forge Tender in.
Okay. What do you take out?
2 head games. Sounds like he took out Knight of Metagrands.
Knight of Metagrands.
And 1 Glorious Anthem.
And 1 Glorious Anthem. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out. I think he may have also. Did he bring in Elspeth? Or did he? So he brought in 2 Elspeth Knight Arrows also. That's the 5. That's his 5 card side.
Interesting.
Yep, I'm good too.
All right. Both players keep 7 in game 2. LSV leads with an Arcane Sanctum.
You can see Rich Hagon making off with Gabriel Nassif sideboard, so we can figure out what he's done.
What? The
There's turn 2 tight holds.
So fair.
I don't think Gabe's in a position to be complaining about fairness.
Is that Widwin?
That is Widwin. Widwin the biting
Sketchy
gal.
hand.
Yeah.
Sketchy.
Dog
eh?
made him, if that's.
That makes it a little not as greedy, I guess.
You're the reflecting fluid.
Yeah.
I drew the reflecting pool.
Am I gonna get trolled?
Nassif's sitting on just 2 land, right?
Yep.
Needs to draw a 3rd land, evoke Muldrifter, and get up to those expensive spells. You take Muldrifter here? Yeah. What's the far left card? Is that a 2nd Muldrifter?
I think that's follow-up card is Wall of Reverence.
Oh yeah, I think you take Muldrifter here, right? Or Broken Ambitions? It's either Muldrifter or Broken Ambitions.
Nope.
I like it. Muldrifter.
You got it.
I think that's the right play. Just stick him on land. That is such an expensive hand. Oh, Nassif top deck Vivid Meadow. It's pretty much what he was hoping for. Yeah, now Nassif's got to decide whether to play the Vivid Meadow, thus telling LSU exactly what he drew,
Go.
and turning down Broken Ambitions, or whether he wants 3 mana next turn. Alright, Sculler gets in there for 2, and Bitter Blossom with a land available to pay for Broken Ambitions.
Can't get a go one time?
LSU's hoping for a go, but nope, there's the Vivid Meadow.
Sounds like we brought in Wrath and Fast and Woodwind.
Sure, you want the sweepers.
Yep.
Here's Glorious Anthem once again with a mana available to pay for Broken Ambitions. 3/3 Tide Hollow Sculler crunching over.
Go.
Another Vivid Land.
Go.
Seep's gonna need some sort of a Wrath effect and in a hurry, right? And Infest does not get the job done thanks to that Glorious Anthem.
10.
10 life, and there's 10 power worth of attackers ready for next turn. Oh, make that 14.
There's a Remove Soul.
Oh, remove Soul. Wrath or no? Pretty much has to be Wrath right here, right? I mean, I guess Muldrifter would keep him alive, but...
Go.
Cryptic Command? Ah, Widwin.
Cannon block.
There's 7 power worth of attackers.
Still block the Tide Skull and get your Muldrift back, don't you?
You lose Woodwind if you do that, though. You can pick off a token and keep your 3/3 flyer around. Depends what he need, how desperate he is. I didn't think I would block the token.
Probably not us.
Is that roar? Is that the beta draft going on over there?
Yeah, that sounds like that is the beta.
They had a like Arabian Nights. Okay, he goes with your plan. Chooses to block the Tidehole Sculler and get back his Muldrifter. Takes 4 damage down to 6. So now he can go 5th land, full price Muldrifter in theory, but he'd have to have a land.
Which will kill him, I believe. With a terror in hand, sure.
Oh, Cloud Goat Ranger. Alright, Wrath of God.
Yeah, that's
basically
Ranger
what he
mana for
needs.
Wrath. Bottom of the head from the seat. Can't tell if he drew it or if he didn't draw it.
1, 2, 3. Infest. Which, that's a good reason to block the Tidehole Sculler. It's a great reason to block the Tidehole Sculler.
Cards.
The Cloud Goat Ranger still hits for 4.
Drops him to 2.
I mean, another Cloud Goat Ranger would be lethal because it sends this one to the air.
Sure.
Steve's got a Pithing Needle in his hand. Could play that here.
Pithing Needle naming Cloud Goat Ranger.
Yes.
So you can't be killed by a Cloud Goat Ranger?
Elspeth's. Go.
Nope. name's
Oh, Elspeth. That makes sense. Elspeth, also lethal.
Yeah.
Or how about a Johnny Goldmane?
Puts him to 2.
Not quite lethal, but puts him
That's
to
fine.
1, right?
Yeah, and that's 1.
Go.